So the next activity the students are going to do on the first day is to build a catapult. They're going to actually build 3 different catapults. This is the first one, called the box catapult. And what they're going to do is use what they just learned and observed in the opening demonstration and apply it to how they design and build their box catapult. So it's a fun activity, but it's also the engineering design process in action. And of course, they're always going to be making predictions and changing variables and testing the results. So they're also applying the scientific method. And so let me just show you how this works and what goes into it. It's a really simple build, even for the younger kids. They're just attaching 2 pencils together with 2 rubber bands. And then they're going to stick a bottle cap to the top, and their projectile for this activity is a marshmallow. They're going to spend most of the class time designing and building their catapult, but at the end you're going to have a fun competition where they compete against each other and see who can fling their marshmallows the farthest. You don't have to use marshmallows. We use them because they're cheap and easy and safe if they hit anyone by accident. But you could actually provide different materials for them, so M&Ms or pennies, along with the marshmallows, and have them test them out. So if you want to change the marshmallow as your variable and make predictions and then test the results, that's a fun way to do it. Let me just show you how it works. Okay, they just fling it just like that, and you didn't see it, but the marshmallow flew pretty far. So that's how it works, but what you want to ask them in terms of guiding questions as they build their catapult is what they notice about how the catapult works. Can they make any connection to the activity that they just did? And hopefully they see that the catapult basically is a lever right there. And then use that moment to ask them questions and review the information they just learned in the demo and say, okay, if it's a lever, where are the parts of the lever? Where's the fulcrum? And they'll say right here. Ask them what the fulcrum is, and again, that's the part that the lever pivots or turns on. And then you could say, well, where's the force arm? Where are you going to apply the force? And hopefully they point right there. So here's the force arm or the effort arm, and that's again where you're going to apply the force. And then you could say, okay, this right here, from the fulcrum to your marshmallow, what's that called? And hopefully they say that that is the weight arm or the resistance arm. Okay, and again, you're going to have to help them make the connection and remember the conclusions that they found, and say, depending on what you want your lever to do or how you want your weight to move, where do you need to put your fulcrum? Or how long should the force arm be? And again, you have to make a distinction. So what is the purpose of your machine? What is it meant to do? This one is meant to fling the weight as far as possible. And based on the demo that we just did, we know that we want a shorter force arm because we want height, okay, and we want that marshmallow to travel as far as possible. Now, just to review and make sure they're really understanding, say, what if we didn't want to fling this marshmallow? What if we just wanted to lift it off the ground and use as little force as possible? Oh, and they can say, well, if that's the case, then all they have to do is just put the fulcrum right there.